Hello, everybody. This is Dr. David Jockers, and today we're talking about my 30-day sugar detox program. And in this presentation here, I'm going to really go through a nutrition plan that's going to help your body balance and stabilize your blood sugar, improve your energy levels, help you lose weight, build lean body mass, and really just improve your overall quality of life, help you live with greater strength, energy, and vitality so you can go out and live out, really the abundant life that I believe God has for you. So let's jump into this. If you don't know who I am, my name is Dr. David Jockers, and I'm a natural health doctor. I'm a doctor of natural medicine, and I speak all around the country on a number of different health topics, including brain health, gut health, really how to heal leaky gut. I'm also a specialist in the ketogenic diet and helping people overcome chronic diseases like heart disease, cancer, diabetes. And I've been featured in a lot of different online summits that have literally been broadcast to millions of people. And my family is right here. These are my two little boys, David and Joshua, my beautiful wife, Angel. And that picture is actually at the Grand Canyon at sunset. And the most amazing thing was not only do we get sunset, but we also got both boys smiling at the same time. Truly an act of God. So let's jump into our topic. And this is really the questions I have for you. We got to start by asking, do you have the daily energy that you want? I know for myself, most of my life, I struggled with low energy. Throughout my teenage years and my early 20s, I was always fatigued. I always had trouble sleeping at night. I'd have trouble with my energy during the day. And I thought it was normal. And then I realized I don't have to live like that I can make changes and I can have more energy, abundant energy, better mental clarity, and really excel in my life. And so that's the questions I want you to ask. Are you at your desired physique? Do you look the way that you want to look? And do you have the mental clarity to excel in your life? And but most importantly, beyond those questions, is really what you believe. It's all about mindset. Do you believe it is possible and that you are worthy of having the energy, the physique, and the mental clarity that you desire? So ask yourself that question. And what do you really want? If we're going to get what we want in life, we've got to be clear about it. From your health perspective, do you want to lose 20 pounds? Maybe. Maybe you want to lose more, 30, 40, 50 pounds, maybe less, maybe 10 pounds, maybe 5 pounds. Maybe you don't want to lose weight. Maybe you even want to gain weight. Be clear about it. Do you want to get off medication? Are you out there and you're struggling with a thyroid problem? You're sluggish metabolism and you're taking Synthroid or some sort of other medication. You're like, I really like to get my health back and get off this. Is that you? Do you want to start exercising? Do you want to get out of debt, improve your relationships, be more productive in life, earn more money, and just enjoy your life more, love your life? So that is it. So the really ultimately, the question I want to ask you is, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? If you knew that you couldn't fail, what would you do? And really the big question is, after you realize what you want and that you've created this mentality, hey, what do I want if I couldn't fail? The question you have to ask is, who do you need to become to have those things? If you want to lose 20 pounds, if you continue with the same habits you have right now, that's not going to happen. So who do you need to become? What version of yourself do you need to become to be disciplined, to start exercising regularly, to get off the medication by really following the right type of plan to get you well? It all starts with changing your mind and the way that you think. And it's definitely possible. And here's the great news, that God has placed tremendous self-healing mechanisms in our body. And it's not the physician, it's not me for sure. It's not the surgeon, the prescription drug, or even the nutrient that cures. They act only in support or detriment to the body's God-given ability to heal itself. And all the healing in our body comes from the nerve system, from the brain down through the spinal cord and over the nerves. It's happening every moment of every day with us without us even having to think about it. We look at cells and we can see the cell on the right here, normal healthy cell has a right cell membrane. The nutrients are able to get in, wastes are able to get out. An unhealthy cell, it's damaged, inflamed. Inflammation damages these cells. Now we're not able to get the right nutrients in. We're only able to get a little bit of the wastes out, which causes a toxic backload in the cell, which damages the DNA, mutates the DNA. Clearly not a good thing. We know 100 million cells die every single minute, that our body is constantly turning itself over, healing, and regenerating. This is constantly happening in our body. And so ultimately, if we're going to achieve the health goals we want, it comes down to living a foundational lifestyle. So we got to think with a foundational mentality of, you know what, I can do whatever. God has placed incredible power within me, and that he has a great purpose for my life, and that I can go out and be successful, and I can change my bad habits and create new habits to be the person I want to be. That we've got to change that mentality. You're not your old self. You can be a new self. You can be reborn and renewed into living with the kind of discipline and lifestyle habits that you want. You can change your nutrition and really start focusing on the foods that we're going to talk about in this presentation. We can take care of our spine and our nerve system and maximize our neurology. We can move our body properly and get that foundational fitness, and then the foundational detox, staying away from toxic substances so our body can cleanse itself the way it was designed. So let's jump in a little bit more. This is Paul right here. Paul's a client of mine, and Paul, actually, when I first started working with him, he was 290 pounds, close to 300. And in a little over a year, he actually dropped 115 pounds. In the first 6 months, he dropped 60 pounds. And in 13 months, dropped 115 pounds to get to his ideal weight at 175 pounds here in this picture. And now those are his old pants that he's holding out. And what sort of a plan did he follow? Exactly what we just talked about. And I'm going to actually go through the foods he ate. And before we're finished with this, I'm actually going to walk you through exactly what Paul did to accomplish these goals. This is Wendy. She lost 130 pounds in 14 months. And she was actually going to get a bariatric surgery, getting her stomach stapled. But by following my program, we ended up helping her drop, I think it was 80 pounds in the first 6 months, 80 pounds, and overall 130 pounds in 14 months, canceled the surgery, still has her stomach, which is key because that means she's able to absorb vitamin B12, iron, zinc, or else she would need supplementation. In fact, she would need sublinguals in order to get those nutrients up for the rest of her life. But now she's able to absorb those. This is Nicole. Nicole was morbidly obese in a wheelchair. Following my program, lost 52 pounds in just over 2 months, 62 days. Was able to not have to sit in her wheelchair, had her life and her health back. And so how did these people do it? Well, they did it by changing their lifestyle. So for most of them, and for me and most people in America, the typical American breakfast is the worst way to start the day. I know for myself, my mom would never get the kind of breakfast cereals that I always wanted, which were things like Fruit Loops and Trix and whatever I saw on TV. Instead, she would get what she thought was healthy, which was Cheerios or Corn Flakes or Bran Flakes or something like that. And of course, we want to stay away from fat because this is the late 80s and 90s. And we thought, well, fat was bad. So we would use skim milk and we put berries or bananas or something like that on there. And then we'd have our orange juice because we wanted to get our vitamin C. The unfortunate thing is, what do all those things have in common? They all increase blood sugar. So what would happen? My blood sugar would skyrocket. And for some people, when your blood sugar skyrockets, for some of us, for all of us, it's going to trigger insulin. And insulin is a fat storage pro-inflammatory hormone. For my body type, I'm thin. My insulin would clear the sugar, but then my blood sugar would drop low and I would go through these hypoglycemic spells and I'd have cravings and headaches and be tired and thirsty. Whereas for other people, insulin is going to stimulate fat storage. And as long as insulin is elevated, they're not going to be able to lose weight. So for you, it's either a weight gain issue, which also accompanies inflammation, or it's going to be a hypoglycemic, too low blood sugar and accompanying inflammation. That's what's going to happen when you eat a cereal like that or some sort of high sugar food, high carbohydrate food. And this is what happens. We end up, sugar is a drug. It stimulates serotonin, dopamine spikes, but those spikes don't last long. They drop, and then we are feeling bad. We have headaches. We just don't feel good, and we crave more. And it's this constant repeated cycle that ends up sabotaging our health and our life. And this is what we've got to break. And we do it through what we call a healing diet. And the healing diet is based around, number one, reducing inflammation. So we talked about inflammation is what damages the cells and tissues in our body. We've got to reduce inflammation. Getting on a sugar detox, blood sugar stabilizing program will help you with that. It stabilizes your blood sugar. It reduces your toxic load, the amount of toxicity in your body, helps provide the foundational nutrients your body needs to heal and to thrive. And it supports the right pH for your bloodstream and for your tissues. And so we look at the food pyramid for a healing diet. We see that on the bottom, it's all good fats, coconut oil and coconut products, grass-fed or pasture-raised eggs, grass-fed butter, avocados. So these really, really good fats, olives and olive oil would also be included in there. These are really the foundation of the plan. That's where we want to get the vast majority of our calories from those good fats, which are blood sugar stabilizing. Then we want to have non-starchy vegetables, lots of herbs. So starchy vegetables like sweet potatoes, things like that, we'd want to have in moderation. Whereas things like cucumbers and celery and broccoli and cauliflower, we can have in abundance. And so herbs go very underutilized in American westernized society, but using oregano, basil, thyme, ginger, using some of these awesome herbs, cinnamon, turmeric, so good for the body. And then low glycemic fruit. So we want fruit that doesn't spike our blood sugar like the orange juice would. Instead, we want to go through things like lemons and limes, berries, which are lower glycemic, lower sugar content, and high in antioxidants and phytonutrients. So we want that. We want clean protein, grass-fed beef, wild-caught animal products, like wild-caught fish, wild game, lamb, pastured poultry, things like that, just amazing for the body. Then we want to also have good, healthy nuts and seeds, just not tremendously abundant amounts, but you can see they're a little higher on that list. But pumpkin seeds, hemp seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, Brazil nuts, almonds, pecans, these good nuts and seeds, fermented foods, getting in things like kimchi, pickles, sauerkraut, coconut milk yogurt, coconut water kefir, getting in good, high quality fermented foods, which have natural enzymes and probiotics, and then getting good sweeteners. My favorite is stevia. There's other good ones like monk fruit or lohan extract. And if you're going to do a more of a sugary sweetener, and stevia and monk fruit really are going to not going to impact your blood sugar, whereas raw honey is very good, but it's going to impact your blood sugar. Grade B maple syrup, coconut sugar, something along those lines in small moderation. You can see some of the amazing recipes that we have, like these chocolate coconut cups. We also got the coconut milk ice cream. We've got these little lemon coconut cups or whatever. I can't remember what they're called, but on the right there. So amazing stuff. So 3 steps to a healing diet. Number 1, we got to reduce sugar and grains. Sugars and grains. You saw in that chart, we didn't have any grains on there. Sugars and grains are going to throw off your blood sugar, cause inflammation in your body. Number 2, get rid of bad fat and add in more of the good fats, the kind of fats we want to be consuming. You see the picture of avocados and coconut oil and all kinds of good stuff like that. Grass-fed butter. These are what's awesome. And then change the meat that we eat. Getting rid of conventional meat products and going with grass-fed organic animal products. So good for the body. What are the best fat-burning foods? In my opinion, here they are. Number 1, coconut products, coconut oil, coconut butter, coconut flakes. Number 2, grass-fed animal products, grass-fed beef, grass-fed lamb, pastured poultry. So good for the body, so rich in nutrients and essential fatty acids and fat-soluble vitamins, just so powerful. So I recommend those. Apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is awesome for the body, lowers the glycemic impact of the foods that it's used with. On top of that, it helps provide enzymes, helps stimulate stomach acid. So good. Lemons and limes, loaded with vitamin C, citric acid, and potassium, which help to alkalize your system, help to store up mineral content in your body. They also have tons of enzymes, as well as the acids, which help stimulate stomach acid secretion and digestive enzymes and all the digestive juices for optimal digestion. We also have over here, we've got chia seeds, okay, grass-fed butter or grass-fed raw dairy, if you're able to handle that. We've also got avocados. We've got free-range eggs and we've got bone broth protein powder. So these are some of the best. Bone broth protein powder is so good. We use it in shakes and smoothies. And that's really one of the big things that I recommend and that I teach in my program is replacing a meal with a smoothie every day. Why do we want a smoothie? Because it's a great way to get nutrients into our body. When we eat solid foods, it's tough on our digestive system. It takes a lot of energy from our digestive system to be able to break down and metabolize it. When we do smoothies, particularly with a real mineral and nutrient dense protein powder, such as this bone broth protein, we're able to absorb the nutrients much better because it's already pre-digested, meaning we don't have to use any more digestive energy in order to metabolize it and get the nutrients out of it. So I'm a huge fan of doing smoothies and utilizing the bone broth protein here. So what does a typical meal plan look like? Well, in the morning, you could do something like a good shake where you use berries, coconut milk, so you get the good fats. You can throw in greens, whether it's like spinach or kale or greens powder, coconut oil, avocado, which would actually add more good fat, scoop of bone broth protein, or we have other proteins, like if you're a vegan, we've got the Super Digest, which is a pea protein, and 1 to 2 scoops of raw chocolate powder. You could throw that in there if you'd like. Option 2 would be organic pasture-raised eggs. So you do some eggs cooked in coconut oil and veggies, served over a bed of spinach with olive oil, fresh squeezed lemon. The lemon will help to metabolize the egg. It'll help to break down the eggs before it even gets into your mouth, which will help with your digestive tract. And then you add herbs, basil, oregano, thyme, rosemary, things that smell good and taste good. We want our food to have a great aroma. We want it to taste good. We want it to smell good. So it stimulates those digestive juices. You could also fast. You can do greens powder and water. So you get nutrients, but no calories. Fasting is extremely powerful for anti-aging and so good for the body. You could also do an organic coffee or an herbal tea, and you can actually add in good fats if you want. You can just do these fats, coconut oil and grass-fed butter or ghee, which will help produce ketones, which will help your body to fast longer and will help, in a sense, to provide an alternative fuel source to your brain called ketones, which helps you thrive, which helps you really, really feel good. So a lot of people like that coconut milk coffee recipe that we have. We also have a cinnamon coconut cream, or I'm sorry, cinnamon cream coffee, something like that recipe as well on drjockers.com. It's so good. That's what I had this morning. I'm just doing a fat fast today. I'm going to do a 24-hour fast. I ate dinner at about 6 o'clock last night, so I'm going to fast till 6 o'clock today. And all I'm going to do is a little bit of coffee with some grass-fed butter, coconut oil, and some XCT oil in it. So I get the ketones, and I feel awesome doing that. So lunch menu. Okay, so what can you do for lunch? Big salad with avocado chunks. You can do olives. You throw on half a can of wild-caught salmon or sardines, a little fresh squeezed lemon, olive oil on top of it. So you get the good fats, again, the lemon to help metabolize, to help to break down and to help your body metabolize the food more effectively, helps stimulate the digestive juices. Option 2, you can just do kind of like it's like a little snack foods like flax crackers, which are grain-free, okay, low carb, veggies. So you can do cucumbers, jicama, bell pepper slices, celery is another good one, and guacamole. So you do that with guac, you dip it in the guac, it tastes so good. Option number 3, you can do a shake, just like we were talking about before. You could do some sort of a protein shake, which is awesome. Dinner, what do we do for dinner? Option number 1, healthy meat, wild-caught salmon cooked in coconut oil with steamed Brussels sprouts smeared in grass-fed butter and lemon and herbs. Option number 2, taco lettuce wraps with grass-fed ground beef, guacamole, onions, pico de gallo, and coconut milk kefir as a sour cream. That was a good alternative. Number 3, chicken breast grilled in coconut oil with steamed broccoli and cauliflower smothered in grass-fed butter and fresh squeezed lemon and Italian herbs over everything. So really, really good tasting recipes right there. Really awesome stuff. And here's really what Paul did. Here was his 20 pounds, because he lost 20 pounds in 30 days. Wendy, who I showed you earlier, lost 26 pounds in 30 days. What did they do? They did the sugar detox program. They took the sugar out, grains out, minimal amount of fruit, liquid and raw food nutrition during the day, where they did shakes and salads, and then cooked superfoods like the grass-fed beef and the salmon, along with steamed veggies, things like that in the evening. They did a de-inflaming lemonade, where they did lemon water or greens powder throughout the day. So there's a lot of different things that you can do. We've got a recipe for a de-inflaming lemonade with turmeric and stuff like that. But they would do things like lemon water, apple cider vinegar and water, herbal teas. They put greens in water and drink that throughout the day. They would do high intensity training 3 to 6 days a week. I would recommend starting out with just 3, but 10 minutes of high intensity activity. And ideally, you're doing it earlier in the morning. You're doing it in the morning to start your day. So it could be something like just body weight exercises that you're doing, squats, and going out and maybe doing some sprinting or something along those lines. So they would do some high intensity training, which we actually have some different videos for that in our Sugar Detox program. They would really focus on good sleep, trying to get high quality, peaceful sleep, ideally getting as much between the hours of 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. as possible. So going to bed early and really, really focusing on good sleep, which will reduce your stress hormones. That's critical for reducing cravings and helping you get the results. And then they would eliminate nerve stress. They work on their posture, their breathing. So lots of deep breathing, keeping their head up, bringing their head back over their shoulders, rolling their shoulder blades back, and doing different posture exercises that we teach you in the Sugar Detox program. So this is the strategies we used to help Paul, to help Wendy drop 20 pounds in 30 days, to help Nicole actually lose over 50 pounds in 62 days. So powerful. And so one of the big things that I see holds a lot of people back is really the 3 Ps. And what are the 3 Ps? Number 1, you got to plan your shopping and meal ideas in advance. So you already need to know what you're going to get from the grocery store. You need to have your meal ideas already available so you can just go and get them. You need to prepare your meals and snacks in advance. I mean, it's just so important. So not only do you get the ideas in advance and you make a schedule, but you also prepare those meals at times in advance and snacks in advance. So you want to know ahead of time what you're going to be eating. You don't want to leave it to chance, because that can end up in disaster. We all have been there before. Protect your home from sugar sources. That's the 3rd P, is protect. You know, once we get out of our house, we are subject to a whole multitude of different temptations. But while we're in our house, we can control that environment. So protect your home. Don't allow processed foods, junk food, high carbohydrate foods in your home. Stick with the food sources we already talked about. So absolutely critical to being successful with this. And hey, if you want something that's really a guided program like Paul and Wendy and Nicole did, or, you know, whether you're trying to lose 20 pounds, 10 pounds, 5 pounds, just really optimize your brain function, your mental clarity, and your energy levels, I would highly recommend my 30-day Sugar Detox program. In this program, you get a number of different guides. You get a full 180 recipe guide. You get 3 different styles of meal plans. So our 30-day meal plan, we have 3 different varieties. One that we call our Sugar Detox, our healing plan, our advanced healing plan, I should say. The other ones are our core plans. And our core plans are a great place to start. You know, that's a really good place for somebody that's you're starting to transition their diet over. And then the healing diet plan is where you go if you really want to take everything to the next level. That's where you're going to go to the healing diet plan. So it's in our 30-day meal plans. We also have a sugar detox snack and travel guide. It shows you how to eat on the road, different snacks to get. We have a replacement food list that goes over, hey, if you don't get these chips, get these chips, right? Instead of cookies, right? Instead of your traditional cookies, you get these cookies. So it actually goes over exactly what to get. Low carbohydrate foods that are going to help support your system and help you get the results. On top of that, we actually have a 30-day inspirational emails where every day for 30 days, myself and my colleagues are coming into your email inbox and really talking to you about how to be inspired to get the results. We're also giving a lot of different tips on your nutrition and your lifestyle. So be sure to look out for that. It's in the Sugar Detox program. So once you get signed up, you get access to that. We also have a full support Facebook group where we answer your questions. My nutritionist, Haley, is in there answering questions and helping really guide people to success with this program. So anyways, if this is something that you're interested in, if you're really ready to take your life and your health to the next level and get results like this, improving your digestion, losing weight, reducing inflammation and pain, if you want to improve your memory, if you have any of these sorts of health goals, then this program is for you, as long as you are committed to carrying it out. If you're just somebody that's like, hey, I'm not really sure if I'm ready to change my life, then this is definitely not the program for you. If you're somebody out there that likes to complain and likes to blame other things for why you can't get the results that you want in your life, this is definitely not the program for you. It's just not going to work. But if you're out there and you're committed and you are excited about getting healthy and well, then I want to invite you to join me and so many others that have already gone through this program. It's the Sugar Detox program, and you can find out more about it, how to get started, on our website, drjockers.com, drjockers.com. You'll see the programs header, and it's one of the 6 online health programs that we have. So it's a Sugar Detox program. Normally it's $97, but because you hung with me to the end of this presentation here, I'm going to give you a $50 coupon code. It is sugar with a capital S, lowercase UGAR 50, capital S, lowercase UGAR 50, sugar 50. Put that in at checkout. You'll get $50 off the program, bringing everything involved with this 30-day program for just $47. So if you're out there, you're ready to take your life and your health to the next level, then don't hesitate. Go ahead and get the program. You have lifetime access to it, so you can start at any time that you want. And so if you've been inspired today or something really stood out to you and you say, I want that in my life, then go ahead and take action now. And we look forward to seeing you on a future. God bless you guys. Have an incredible weekend, and we will see you next time.